Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we'll take a look at the 1987 Toyota Starlet 3-door Turbo S, the EP71, the first front-wheel drive Toyota Starlet ever made. Starlets were originally rear-wheel drive and then they became front-wheel drive like every modern Super Mini was, and they'd continue on into the late 90s and then be replaced by the Yaris because they weren't massively interesting. But I think this one is. I like this one. This one is probably my favourite in the game. The old one's cool, the 78, and the newer ones I don't really care for. But this one is cool. The race mod on this one is very, very cool. Looks like a sort of entry-level rally car. I've got no idea where this livery actually came from. It definitely looks sort of like a Tom's design from like the late 80s, but I'm not too sure. But it looks cool. It's one of those few race mods in this game where they put the right wheels on it. Yellow wheels for this, absolutely the best idea. Yellow lights, it looks awesome. Statistically, it's less awesome, and going off how Starlets have been around this course, I'm not expecting this to be amazing, but we'll find out. Front engine, front wheel drive, 227 horsepower, just 704 kilos of weight. It's lighter than that Opti Aero down Beaks thing we had last time out, so that is very impressive. So be interested to see if that helps it or not. My guess is probably not. Anyways, it makes no noise. Interesting. Anyways, this car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land Track It Does set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi GTO LM Edition, set a time of 27.223. The Starlet's 3-door Turbo S EP71 is unlikely to beat that. So as I mentioned, in terms of Starlets that have gone around this course, we've had the 1996 car that set a time of 31.5, I think it was, and then we had the 78, which is unfairly classed as an 82 in the base game, and also with a turbo, which it definitely does not have. That car set like a 32.9, very, very slow because it just wasn't very quick. So this one, I was originally going to say it was going to slot somewhere in between, but that first lap has given me quite a bit of hope that this is going to maybe beat out the 96. Which, I don't think the 96 is like massively more powerful than this, to be perfectly clear. I mean, this is 220 horsepower. That, I don't remember it too well, but if that was making like 250, I'd be astounded. So, yeah, definitely not expecting it to, this isn't going to be like a massive achievement if this beats that. That might be, though, 31.129. Wow. So, these little sort of super minis can be quick around this course. Stuff like Fiat Puntos, Lancia Ys. We've seen those all day be like quick, like sub 31 cars. Japanese super minis don't really seem to be able to be that for some reason. Sort of Starlets, Micras. We've had quite a lot of them, but the only ones that are like any good really was a couple of the Demios which have managed to be quick, and that was sort of it. But this just seems to be quick, which is quite an achievement. It's not amazing to drive. It feels very light, which you'd expect because it only weighs like 700 kilos, but it almost feels, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this, but this is not, this both is and isn't at all what it's like to drive. It almost feels like it's so light the wheels aren't connected to the ground sometimes. Like it just hasn't got enough weight to actually like maneuver it around corners, which is interesting, but yeah, this looks like we're on for a pretty good lap out of the old 80s Starlet. Come on, Starlet. 30.860. David Goliath. that's not all what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be a puny little car. It's just sort of trundles, and we try really hard to try and get it to go over a 32 second, but that was... wow. I mean, it's silent but deadly, I guess. It makes absolutely no noise whatsoever, which is still freaking me out. But, yeah, wow. Wow, impressive. Unfortunately, it does mean there's another tie on our leaderboard, and I hate ties, but there we go. 30.860. What a car. So a 30.860, that will put it in a tie with the Opel Tigra. Goes into 174th place. It is quicker fractionally than the Alfa Romeo 166 Twin Spark. It's quicker than a Silvia Case, quicker than a Nissan 200 SX. Quicker than the Mercury Cougar, which is the most powerful front-wheel drive car in the game. There you go. Quicker than 323 Ci, quicker than the Astra, quicker than the Demio, the GL. So that's our new fastest Japanese Super Mini, as far as I'm aware. Only loses out very fractionally to the 97 Civic Type R, Citroen Saxo. So, yeah, I mean... that's impressive. That's wildly impressive. I was not expecting. I mean, I'm happy it's this Starlet that turns out to be the quick one. But, yeah. I definitely was not expecting that. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join us next time when I'm trying something completely different. Until then, farewell.
Dreams are going. I'll only you pay. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father.